Good morning, Dr. Newsom. My name is Broderick Simon, and I'll be responding to the assignment prompt Rhetorical Criticism Activity. The video I have chosen today is a Snickers ad by Joe Pesky and Don Rickles. So let's watch the video in full, and I'll go ahead and dissect it in detail.
You guys grew up together?
Yeah, since third grade. What are you looking at?
I'm not looking at it.
We're not good enough for you. You looking for something else?
No, I don't know.
What are you, big supermodels? Oh, Jesus! Supermodels! What do you model, gloves? What are you doing? A girl's totally into me. Brad, eat a Snickers. Why? Because you get a little angry when you're hungry. Better?
Better. So, ladies.
So, losers.
Stacy, relax.
You're not you when you're hungry.
So,
Snickers
losers.
satisfies.
Alright, so the rhetorical claim is you are not you when you're hungry. And what fixes that? A Snickers. So let's go ahead through the assignment prompts one by one. I'll be dissecting, I'll be reading one out of the assignment prompts one by one and then just explaining it in detail. Alright, so assignment prompt 1. What appeals? Ethos, pathos, logos are evident. Are they effective? Are these appeals appropriately used? And why? Explain. So off the rip, I would say logos. Because it's very logical, right?
So you guys grew up together?
When you're hungry,
Third grade.
why grab anything else when you grab a Snickers? Snickers is in almost every supermarket across the United States, let alone gas stations. And two, the audience they're targeting is people in their, I would say, mid to late 20s at a house party. Looks pretty Super Bowlish. So the claim is that Snickers curbs your appetite. Because you are not you when you're hungry. Alright, let's see. And the logic behind it is the Snickers will curb your appetite because you are not you when you're hungry. So grab a Snickers. That's the logic behind it. Ethos, I would say there's no emotion in there. There's comedy. I mean, it makes us laugh if that counts. If you want to add that, I don't know. Alright, prompt 2. How is the arrangement organization? Is it clear what type of organization is being used? Are all the logical or necessary steps needed for that organizational style present? Explain. Alright, so off the rip, if we scroll all the way back, now keep in mind this is a 31-second video. Everything is timed accordingly. This wasn't done on accident. This was planned by a mastermind. Boom. First thing we see in the camera frame. Boom. Something is already wrong. You can tell something is already wrong. Because there's only people in their mid to late 20s here. And out of the blue, you have this guy. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. And I like the camera angle shooting their backs too, so you know something's going to happen. They're talking to some females too with some drinks in their hand. Boom. Everyone's happy but him. Something's wrong with him.
I'm not looking at it.
We're not good enough for you. You looking for something else?
No, I don't know.
What are you, big supermodels? Oh, Jesus!
They're all calm. He's the only one acting up, so you know this guy's about to pull him back and hand him a Snickers. Before it even gets there, before you even watch the ad, or if you ever even seen it.
Supermodels! What do you model, gloves? What are you doing?
People in the background just minding their own business, drinking, house party, warm setting. Looks like to be in like some sort of like nice middle class neighborhood.
A girl's totally into me. Brad, eat a Snickers. Why?
He pulls a Snickers right out of his back pocket because everyone has a Snickers in their back pocket. More people in the background.
Because you get a little angry when you're hungry. Better?
The camera shot angle right there where it turns to when he eats the Snickers. Perfectly executed. And then boom, back to normal. And when we go back into the other frame,
So, ladies.
you can see her. Well, like the back side of her, but you can't see her other friends, or you already know something else is gonna happen.
So.
Boom. Double whammy. Give her, or I should say him, a Snickers as well. So the organization is very well executed. We keep playing, we keep playing. Boom. Under 32 seconds. What definition of rhetoric does this speech act best fit? Explain. They're trying to convince us. Well, they're trying to advertise. Their claim is you're not you when you're hungry. A Snickers fixes it. That's their claim. Because why buy anything else when you can buy Snickers? It's at every single super grocery market, or let alone gas stations. Very convenient. When you go to the gas station, when you go to like the candy aisle, the grocery store, when you see a Snickers, the first thing you think of is the commercial. It's very memorable because it's it's funny and it's ridiculous, and it works for all ages too. Is the audience being led to care about the topic? How so? Explain. The audience is mem- remembering how ridiculous this commercial is, and they'll laugh it off. But when they see a Snickers in real life, the first thing they'll think of is all the Snickers commercials they've watched. Is the central argument of the thesis of the speech act clear? Yes. If we go to the central argument, boom, he is not him when he's hungry.
Model gloves? What are you doing? A girl's totally into me. Brad, eat a Snickers.
There is a
Because
Snickers.
you get a little angry when you're hungry. Better?
Boom. Perfectly done. Yes. The answer is yes. How is sophistry evident? Is it always present in any speech or act? Is there a problem for credibility of the speech act? I would say there is none. That's it's comedy. They're not saying hi, this is I benefited off having bad luck. You know what I mean? I can't explain it, but that's the hold on, let me pull up the definition. There is no intention of deceiving us. It's pretty straightforward. They use comedy, and they use a group of middle 27-year-old to their late 20s type atmosphere in a middle class type of home at a residential party in a nice neighborhood. There's no deceiving. He pulls out the Snickers. He eats the Snickers, and he's back to normal. We go back to the other frame right here, and then she needs a Snickers as well. So it's pretty straightforward. So there's no intent of deceiving or any fallacious arguments going on to respond to the sophistry evident. Alright, number 7, is this speech act a better example of rhetoric tool or as a philosophy? I would say rhetoric. It's very rhetoric from the beginning to the end. It's not a philosophy. They're not trying to teach you their ways of a certain thing, believe this, believe that. They're trying to convince you because their claim is that Snickers, you are not you when you're hungry, and a Snickers is the cure. Are you persuaded? Why not? I am persuaded to the fact that I will never forget this commercial because it's very ridiculous. One and two, it's actually very funny. So three, it sticks in my mind when I go to the grocery store, the candy aisle, and see the all the candy bars. The first thing I'll think about is a Snickers. It was very funny, but their claim that Snickers curbs your appetite, I will always remember that. So I would say yes, it did. It did persuade me. It's very persuasive. Under 32 seconds. Is the intended message clear? Will the audience perceive this intended message? Absolutely. Absolutely. The audience will
So
absolutely
you guys grew up
remember this message.
together.
Yeah, since third.
I can watch this one time and not have to watch it for the rest of my life. I will always remember this based on how they start the ad from the beginning. He has his moment. He goes and he hands him a Snickers bar. He comes back and then the other person has their moment. And then boom, the ad comes right on. So yes, it's very memorable. I will remember this. And the message is clear. You are not you when you're hungry. Here's a Snickers bar. And that is it for my assignment. Thank you for watching. You have a great rest of your night, doctor.